So I guess the objective
What is
is to persuade.
transgenderism? Is it that transgender people, or is
No,
it?
it's the belief that a man can be a woman. That's the
And
that's
who
the
came up
ideology.
with that? Who's the author of that?
A bunch of deviants and ideologues. I mean,
Where'd it come from?
well, it often is traced back to Magnus Hirschfeld in the 20th century.
cares? Okay, yeah.
But it's an ideology.
Once again, this guy's gonna quickly become one of my favorite people. He said, where did, and he led him to it. Oh, he's just taking the bait. Mr. Knowles is taking the bait. He was like, oh yeah, this is my chance to flex my, intellectual history muscles here. Back in 1722, a man called blah, blah, blah. He laughed at him and said, who cares? Hey guys, thank you for clicking this video. Just to let you know, this is a segment from my live streams that I do Sunday through Friday. Once again, if you want to catch the live stream, that is going to be Sunday through Friday, 6:30 Mountain Time. And if you don't know what time that is in your time, go ahead and Google it. But once again, enjoy the video, subscribe, and like this video. This guy here, what's his name? The Adam Friedland show. I seen him once, and I knew I should have known he was a comedian. The way he was acting, I'm like, why is this guy acting like that? So I kind of brushed him off, didn't really care. And I know like the clip was going really viral about him talking to the one black gentleman about Israel. And I know it went viral, but I was like, okay, I don't want to cover this guy. Like I don't really care, But then I seen this video here with him and Michael Knowles. And if anyone knows, Michael Knowles is that he was in a movie or a play and he played a bisexual guy. And with the Republican Party being a party of hypocrisy, he's made a name for himself as being the hater of gay people, the hater of trans people. You see what I'm saying? Like it's weird. So when I seen this, I was like, oh my God. If he connects the dots on what I just said, I'm going to subscribe. And you know what? He did it flying colors. I was LOLing out loud. Okay, that's what that means. Laughing out. I was laughing out loud at work. It was just hilarious. So we're going to LOL together. Not together. That's weird. But you're going to be in your area and I'm going to be in my area and we're going to laugh, okay? And this right here is how you you laugh at their hypocrisy and their stupidity in this fashion right here.
I am, yeah, exactly. I'm the.
Hold on. Let's Coach War, how much do we want to watch? 36 to let's start from the top.
Hangers.
Okay.
I watched.
What's your favorite one?
A lot of your thing is you just debate gay people.
I did one recently.
It is.
I did one recently where I
No,
debated 25
you
gay
did
guys.
Knowles versus transgenderism, Knowles versus protesters. That's got 2.4 million.
Oh, well, people will come up at my events. And
Story
so they'll
of
debate me.
transitioning, 1.4 million. I was gay, she was trans, 1.1 million. Conservative versus trans.
But you know why they started coming after me?
No longer gay.
No longer gay.
Not
Wait, hold on.
dating trans is bigoted.
What's that one? Hold on.
Man is confused by why people think he's a man. Heated debate, LGBT. So you just so you argue with gay people.
No,
all the time.
They argue.
job?
Okay, they argue with me.
Once again, you have to understand, or maybe I'm reading too much into it, but like understand what he's saying, or read in between the lines. He's naming off his most popular videos, which is attacking and debating gay and trans people, which is going to lead to his point of like, this is your identity and you're doing it just to capitalize on it, just to monetize it. But once again, he's like, no. It's like, no, yes, this is who you are. hilarious.
Hey,
You could have gone to finance. Why did you went to Yale? Why did you?
I could have gone to McKinsey or something.
Does this feel like a little bit like?
No, you know why they came up and argued with me?
Why?
Because I gave a
Because you
speech
said that
once.
they should be eradicated.
That is, I didn't say they should be eradicated. I said the ideology.
You know what you're doing.
I am being clear with my language.
You're not
yeah.
being clear with your language.
I was being clear. Yeah.
You know
You
what
just
you're
said your
doing.
audience is illiterate. I'm explaining to you the precision of my
audience,
language.
these people have mostly PhDs in gender
You
studies.
just said. Fair enough. All right, that's reconciling.
Listen, we're both straight guys, right?
Yes.
We're both men's
The
men.
alpha men. Yeah.
I don't know what it's like to be a gay guy.
Yeah.
What am I going to tell
probably
them
tough.
what it's like to be a gay guy?
It's probably tough. Yeah. Well, you would tell. At least look. Again.
What is the objective, right? So, like, I watched the 20 gay guys versus you in.
Yeah. That sounds worse the way you just hold on.
Okay,
Yeah.
it sounds worse. It's a ridiculous concept, right?
Is it?
By the way, we pitched one and they said yes and then they said no.
And once again, I love the question he asked. What's the end goal? Why are you doing this? And that should be like the question we ask all these type of idiots like this. What is your end goal? What are you trying to prove? How is this going to better society? By you not even debating. He's attacking and trolling and marginalizing and further demonizing gay and trans people. He's not debating. I mean, because you can't debate someone's personal choice, but you see what I'm saying? Beautiful.
No, right, Caleb?
What was the topic?
The pitch was that bodybuilding is destructive to American culture. So I wanted it to be 20 bodybuilders against one wimp. And I was going to be like, this leads to toxic masculinity. It leads to Andrew Tate. It's gay to have fashion muscles.
Why would they reject that? That's a great episode.
Because I think they realized I was taking the piss. Bizarre video shows male cheerleader for Minnesota Vikings.
Huh?
What?
Wait, what was that
Who
one? That was one
cares?
of mine?
Yeah, you got 82K. You know,
That's not a big video. That's a very minor video.
But did you have a big old thing?
Here's
Here's the thing, right? I know why you're doing it, right?
Doing what?
What's the objective? If you're debating LGBT person, what's the objective for that debate? Do you
Well-
want to convince them not to?
They usually come to me with these things, so I guess they're upset that I think we should get rid of transgenderism. So I guess the objective
What is
is to persuade them.
transgenderism? Is it that transgender people, or is it?
No, it's the belief that a man can be a woman. That's the
And
that's
who
the
came up
ideology.
with that? Who's the author of that?
A bunch of deviants and ideologues. I
Who,
mean,
like
it's-
what? Where'd it come from?
Well, it often is traced back to Magnus Hirschfeld in the 20th century.
cares? Okay, yeah.
But it's an ideology.
Once again, this guy's gonna quickly become one of my favorite people. He said, where's it? And he led him to it. Oh, he's just taking the bait. Mr. Knowles is taking the bait. He was like, oh yeah, this is my chance to flex my, intellectual history muscles here. Back in 1722, a man called blah, blah, blah. He laughed at him and said, who cares? You're reciting someone, 300 years ago? I don't know. Damn, 1,000 years ago when Jesus was around, to explain to people in 2025 how they should be acting, what they should be believing in. You see how stupid that sounds? And I'm so glad this guy laughed at him, laughed in his face. Like, who cares? But no, look at his face. He's serious. He's like, no, let me explain to you what this one guy said that's somehow relevant in 2025. Let me explain to you. Get out of here.
Theology that has cropped up at various times throughout history. It's kind of Gnostic. It would go back to some of the ancient Gnostics to suggest that your true identity
yeah, but
has
those
nothing
people
to do with
didn't
your
have
body.
toilet paper. Who cares?
I guess that's true. They had good aqueducts, though.
I don't know, dude. But don't you want to be a nice guy? Don't you want to be nice?
No, I don't care about being nice.
Why?
I want to be a good guy. I want to be, courteous.
It's a little nosy. It's a little bit
It's
nosy.
it's not nosy. When they demand that I lie, and I'm not going to lie because that's a mortal sin.
Do you post in the vid, bro?
They're the ones who want the debate, and they're the ones who made it a political issue.
It's your vid, though.
Yeah, I'm reacting to it.
You're
of
doing
course.
numbers with it, right?
I am doing numbers with it.
And the other thing is this, like, be honest,
Because
right?
people agree
Be
with it.
honest, like, in terms of the culture war aspect of it,
Yeah.
the libs walk in on that every single time.
Every time.
You're right?
Yeah. Well, now I think it's changing. I think they lost. I think they got destroyed on that issue, and they're starting to give it up because it's ridiculous.
They're starting to give it up.
Yeah, yeah.
What I'm seeing from your side
Yes.
is this all day long.
Yeah.
Okay? Like,
Well, but we didn't start it. It was the left that pushed this in the elementary
but I'm
schools and in
saying
the sports
this is what I'm
leagues
saying.
and- yeah.
Seeing you guys highlighting.
Yeah, 'cause
and
they forced it
doesn't,
on
for
us and
me,
we reacted
seem
to it.
like it doesn't seem to me like a big deal,
Well,
right?
if it's not a big deal, then why doesn't the left just give it up? It's not a big deal. Let
What
them
do
give
you
it up.
give up, like
give up
what?
transgenderism. Stop putting boys in the girls' bathrooms. Stop taking over the sports leagues. Stop castrating the little kids. Give it up. It's not a big deal. Good. I agree.
Give it up is not a big deal. Once again, if I done had this conversation or at least created content dozens of times, okay? I started off the YouTube channel covering this idiot guy right here. Once again, if you want to look back 3 years, I got the same videos up. But once again, it's not the fact that Democrats are trying to trans kids or say men can go into women's bathrooms. No. And once again, if you look at the case studies, if you look at the data, it's very less than 1%, not even a 1%. It's not a pandemic of men going into women's bathrooms. So it's like, that is a weird place to fight from. Like, really? That's your fighting point? You want to die on this little tiny anthill? Okay. But Democrats are not fighting for that. We're fighting for the American. Because trans people are still Americans. Gay people are still Americans. We're trying to uphold their constitutional rights. And once again, when it comes to bathrooms and sports and this, treat that on an individual level and allow the people that specifically understand and knowledgeable of that area, let them figure it out. We don't need idiots like this who probably only watch women's sports for the wrong reasons. You see what I'm saying? This guy's never played a sport in his life. And you're telling me he's concerned about women's sports? Get out of here, you weirdo. But once again, don't take advice from this idiot. Talk to the professionals. Hey, you want bathrooms? Create more bathrooms. Create a unisex bathroom. Hey, problem solved. You see what I'm saying? But no, this is all they got to run on. So they're not really trying to talk about solutions like Democrats because we care about our fellow Americans. So, hey, there you go.
Then give it up.
No, I'm just saying it's not a big deal. Like, for your guys' agenda, right? I'm not hearing anything
my
about
agenda?
conservative politics, right?
my agenda
I'm
is
not
the
hearing
truth in public
anything
life, yeah.
about. I'm barely hearing anything about the budget deficit. I'm barely hearing anything about insolvency.
I don't know. Castrating little kids is
I'm not
more
hearing
important
anything
than the budget deficit. or
You
whatever.
think that if Social Security is insolvent, that's less of a more important issue?
I think
I'm saying, and that's your guys' issue.
I think committed. Well, yeah, I mean,
but I'm not hearing shit from about that.
No,
I'm hearing about babies' penises.
Yeah, baby. Well, we're not.
You
They're
guys
not
talk about
castrating babies. Yet.
You guys
It's
talk about
mostly little
kids' penises all day
Yeah,
long.
I think if
it's a
it-
little bit perverse to me.
No, well, we're not the ones who started it. Okay, this is what the libs do. They say, "Hey, we're going to chop up little kids. We're going to."
His response was, but we're not the ones who started it. Bro, that is weird. Like, you need to say, no, I am not doing that. I am not talking about that in that. No. But he said, we didn't start it. Bro, I promise you, these Republicans, people like this, normally the loudest ones like this that are anti-gay, anti-trans, abusing kids are the ones abusing kids. Once again, look at the statistics. Look at the data. Oh my God, we're anti-gay. He played in a show as a bisexual guy. And you're taking advice from this guy. Trump said to a 10 or 11-year-old girl and said, if you were, no, in 10 years, I'm going to be dating you. He told that to a 10 or 11-year-old girl. But you're telling me Democrats are the ones trying to trans up all the kids? Hey, I'm just saying, what idiot? I know there's idiots believing this guy. But hey, here we are.
Teach him a bunch of weird sex stuff in kindergarten. And if you object, you're the weird one. Why are you talking about this? Because you're doing it. It's weird, man.
Is it happening?
Yeah.
Is it happening all the time?
All over the country. Well, now it's since there have been
All
laws.
the kids are getting their penises chopped.
Not all the kids.
How many kids are getting their penises chopped? How many guys?
Any number larger than zero
are playing
is a problem.
sports? It's like
Any number larger than 0 is a problem. Bro, shut up. He doesn't even know the data on that. Remember the famous clip where Matt Walsh was on Joe Rogan? And he said, yeah, there's millions of kids out there taking, what's the hormonal blockers? I forget what they call them. And they're like, yeah, it's millions of kids, millions upon millions. And they looked it up. It was less than 5,000 kids in 3 or 4 years. Total. Less than 5,000. But ask Matt Walsh, it's millions of kids. Oh no, but I guess the new defense is any number greater than 0 is a problem. Got you. Great job. You win, buddy. You got us.
5 people.
Yeah, no, it's more. There was a study. A study just came out of the UN. It was something like 700 awards and medals were taken away from women because of the trans guys in the
700 medals.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You don't think that your guys' thing is Social Security becoming insolvent?
That's not my. Why are you saying that's my thing? I don't talk about Social Security.
Right, but I'm saying that entitlement, like reform.
Yeah, he doesn't talk about like real politics. He just talks about the cultural wars that's beneficial in being able to monetize on it. That's his niche right there. Gotcha.
Are you like a BloomerCon? Is this 2008 now? We're talking
I'm just
about
saying
Social
that
Security.
this is like baby penis gets clicked.
Yeah, that
baby penis does numbers. Just admit. That's why you're debating.
I am not admitting that. No.
Baby penis does more numbers than like Social Security will go bankrupt, which used to be your thing.
Pointing out visceral injustices against the most vulnerable and innocent people. Yes, it arouses more passion than like budgetary measures. That's true.
Yeah.
But it should. That's just human nature.
But like, why do you?
I'm glad he admitted that. There you go. He had to admit a little bit of the game. Yeah, it gets more clicks. There you go. Hey, he said it himself.
Want to be the boss of that?
Well, because it's an injustice that we need to correct in a self-government. That's what politics is.
I've met trans people, right? Yeah. And they've expressed to me that it's like, it must suck if you think that you're not in the right body, right?
Yeah, we should help
I
them.
don't fucking understand, right? So
what don't you understand?
What it's like to feel that way?
Yeah, I'm sure it involves a lot of pain. So are you going to affirm them in that painful delusion that makes them more miserable, or are you going to try to help them by telling them the truth?
What? I don't want to make the rules for someone that I don't understand.
You live in a self-government in America, and so you're supposed to weigh in on it. That's what
he said. I don't want to make the rules for them. I don't want to make the rules for somebody else. You can do all the teaching you want. You can create online classes. That is fine. Do what you got to do. But now when you get into the area of creating laws and legislation that further marginalizes, further demonizes, further strip away their rights, that's when we start to have a problem. But once again, that's called being a decent human being. It's not really scientific. You ain't got to be a genius to understand that. Just be a decent human being.
So you're saying the rules should be what?
The rules should be that we acknowledge reality, that men and women are different.
If you have kids, right?
Yeah.
If your kid was like, I'm gay, what would you tell him?
I would say, I'm pretty and witty and gay too. I'm very happy. But
no, you're doing the thing. I've heard you just say that in other things. Because you did theater. You also were in gay movies. You played gay guys.
Well,
and now you want to. Now you think that
gay bisexual characters.
What does that mean? Bisexual is even gayer than gay. What the fuck is bisexual?
he thought he could get out of it. Said no. The character I played was bisexual. He wasn't gay. He was bisexual. And old boy said, "What are you talking? That's gayer than gay." Once again, this is comedy in a way to where it is exposing and laughing at these idiots. And that's how it should be done. Oh my God, Bill Burr. It just reminds me of people like Bill Murray, man. Like, come on, Bill Burr, man. Damn. But once again, this is how it should be done. Laugh at these weirdos.
I want you to know that gay character I played in the Yale movie, that is
You
the
played
straightest
gay
thing that ever
characters,
came
and
out
now
of
you
Yale.
say that it's a social contagion.
Bro, I played Satan in a play once. I'm not like, I go to church.
And so
too.
the story was that you being gay with another guy was a social contagion? No,
Who,
your character was gay.
Yeah, but again, like, so
Is
in
that why you're doing this? Because you're embarrassed about the gay movies?
no, in acting. And listen, I'm a very old school thespian.
Same.
Oh
same,
yes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so in the old days, it used to be when you
Men were playing women.
when they were. That's true.
Yeah, or boys were.
And in the old days, when you played a role, you would pretend to be someone that you were not. Like, for instance, I'm not the Prince of Denmark, but if I were to be in a Shakespeare play, I would pretend.
You went to some sort of freaking. I had to access some sort of molestation that never happened in order to access this
No,
emotion?
not that stuff. I never got into that.
Where did you study theater?
I studied at the Stella.
Hey, once again, you would think someone like a Michael Knowles would be like, you know what? I don't want to play a gay character because that goes against my morals and standards. So guess what? I'm going to have to pass on this opportunity, okay? And I seen the clip, okay? Because I think I talked about this like years ago. He was gay. Like, it wasn't like, oh, he was just like holding hands with another man just for like 2 seconds in a scene. He was laying in bed, shirt or body exposed, not his under, but his bare chest, laying in the bed all like this with another guy. Like, this was some dedicated acting here. Okay, it wasn't no gay light. He was in the bed and it was like very suggesting, okay? And you're telling me now we're going to listen to this guy about gay people and how that shouldn't be a thing. But he played a very gay guy in a movie that wasn't even paying millions of dollars. Once again, hey, I'm just saying, it's a bunch of weirdos over there. But we already know that. All right, guys. How are you guys doing? Hot take. Trends in sports is a distraction. Of course.
Hey.
Because they have nothing else to talk about.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra.